Let's continue Chapter 3, Text Data Representation Part 2. In this video you will learn about category of typefaces, serif versus sans serif fonts, digital font technology, and the use of text in multimedia presentations. Designers have thousands of typefaces to choose from, and step 1 is choosing between fonts that have serifs and fonts that don't. Typefaces have two categories: serif and sans serif. This slide shows the differences between serif and sans serif. First is about the decoration. Serif has little decoration at the end of the stroke, but sans serif don't. Then serif improve the readability by leading the eye along the line of types, while a sans serif has to be read letter by letter. Serif faces are more difficult to read in small scale, smaller than 8-point text, and in very large sizes. However, sans serif can be used for small scale, smaller than 8-point text and very large size. Serif are suited for body text, while sans serif are suitable for headlines and bold statements. Likely to draw attention, more recognizable at a glance. Typography is basically word art. As a designer you may choose the best fonts that's suitable to attract the eyes of the reader. Here are the examples. Left are the serif fonts and right are the example of sans serif fonts. Sans serif is suitable for computer display because of the sharper contrast. See the example text as the caption in button. Arial in 12-point text is more clear compared to Times New Roman in 12-point text. We discuss on digital font technology. A glyph is the specific shape, design, or representation of a character. It is a particular graphical representation of small images based on graphics technology, bitmaps and vector graphics. And it leads to bitmapped fonts and outline fonts. Here are the characteristic of bitmap fonts. It has simple curves and strokes. Lack of subtle texture makes it suitable on the ground of expressiveness. Bitmap fonts cannot be scaled. Here are the challenges faced by the designers. First, when a font is required at a different size from that at which it was prepared. And second, when it is required at a different resolution. The extension file to save this bitmap fonts is .bdf, bitmap distribution format. Second category is outlines fonts. And it divides into three methods, which are PostScript, TrueType, and OpenType. PostScript is the method of describing an image in terms of mathematical constructs. This type of characters are scalable and can be drawn much faster. It can be saved as .ps format. PostScript's fonts divide into two types: the Adobe Type 3 and Type 1. Here are the way character programs are stored. Type 3 in LaTeX document. Type 1 for Adobe Type Manager. The second method of outline fonts is TrueType. Both Apple and Microsoft developed the TrueType methodology. TrueType is a system scalable outline fonts and can draw characters at low resolution. This fonts can be saved as .ttf format. The third method of outline fonts is OpenType. It combines PostScript Type 1 and TrueType. The encoding is based on Unicode, which can accommodate more than 256 characters. OpenType provides better support for details of fine typography. And it can be saved as .otf format files. Next we discuss on the use of text in multimedia presentation. Text normally used as an informative tools to explain how application work. It may guide user in navigating through application. And it may deliver information for which application designed. Here are the example of Yahoo Messenger web page. For example, we may click iEnvironment tab and this tab will navigate the user to the Yahoo Messenger iEnvironments, the instant messaging environments. Through this environment, user may select the interactive, themed backgrounds for Yahoo Messenger conversations. These are few techniques to design the text for multimedia presentation. First, choosing the fonts. Designers must pick the suitable fonts to use in multimedia presentation. Next, installed fonts. Before the font can be used, it must be recognized by computer's operating system. The font need to be installed, if fonts are other than those that had already installed, in Basic OS. Third, sometimes animating text is needed to retain viewers' attention when displaying text to the screen. Here are the example of text elements used in multimedia. Menus for navigation. Buttons for interaction. Fields for reading. HTML for documents. And, as symbols and icons. This is example of menus for navigation. It allows user to navigate through content using a menu. Simple menu consists of a text list of topics. For example, in this example menu, it consists of test and example 1 to example 7. Text also used as the caption in button for interaction. Buttons are the clickable object and executes a command when activated. Designers can create buttons from bitmaps and graphics. Designing and labeling buttons should be treated as an industrial art project because it requires creativity of the designers. Text is also used in fields for reading. Reading a hard copy is easier and faster compared to reading from the computer screen. Two orientations of the fields are portrait field and landscape field. Here are the example of landscape orientation. All Internet browsers, such as Internet Explorer, Google Chrome, Mozilla, are capable of displaying any document placed on the Internet. Therefore, we need the hypertext markup language, HTML, to create document that can be viewed in any Internet browsers. HTML documents is standard document format used for web pages and marked using tags. HTML provides a means to create structured documents by denoting structural semantics for text such as headings, paragraphs, lists, tables, links, quotes and other items for web pages. Figure 1 shows example of HTML document in code editor. And Figure 2 shows simple web page, Hello World example that you may view in any web browser. You are also may use symbols and icon for multimedia presentation. Symbols are concentrated text in form of stand-alone graphic constructs. It is used to convey meaningful messages. Symbols that convey human emotions is known as emoticon. This emoticon or emotional icon can be created using parenthesis, punctuation marks, letters, and numbers. Human emotion or idea also may represent using a small digital image or icon called emoji. Icons is symbolic representations of objects and processes. This is the end of Chapter 3. Through this chapter you have learned about the use of text as one of the most important elements of multimedia. HTML documents as standard format used to create web pages. Multimedia is the combination of text, graphics, or images, video and audio elements into a single presentation. Thank you for listening. See you again in the next chapters.